CAD-CUT Adhesive and foil are two products that pair perfectly together to bring your designs to life. In this video, I'm going to show you just how easy this product is to work with, starting with a 12-inch roll, loading it into a vinyl cutter, and showing you just how easy it is to cut and weed. I've also done 5 different methods of the adhesive and foil process that I want to show you, also using some mixed media as well. Let's check it out. I'm going to cut this out using the Graphtec CE6000, and this is a very thin product, so you only need 60 grams of force. And we're going to be cutting at a speed of 20 centimeters per second. Now that the design is cut out, we're going to go ahead and weed away the excess material. This material is pretty translucent, as you can see, so it is a little bit harder to see the cut lines. So one best practice that we recommend is utilizing a weed border around your design, so you have a good start and stop point, which makes it a lot easier for weeding away the excess material. This product is very thin and does have a pretty tacky carrier, which allows us to get really great detail in the design, but you'll notice a lot of ripping in the material whenever you are working with this particular product. You can speed up the weeding process by applying heat to it, such as with a weeding table or weeding panel. Now that all of the excess material is weeded away and we have our design ready to go, we can head to the heat press and apply onto our t-shirt or accessory that we're going to be pressing. We're going to press our first application using the Max 15x15 heat press. I'm just loading on my shirt, making sure my seams are out of the way from causing an uneven pressure from my print area. And the first step is to get the t-shirt heated up. So we're going to preheat, and that's going to help to flatten out the surface that we're going to print, make sure there are no wrinkles, and release any moisture in the fabric. We're going to place our adhesive down, and we're going to apply this piece before we apply the foil. I'm going to cover with a cover sheet, and this is going to get an application of 300 degrees for 5 seconds using a light pressure. And the adhesive part of this application is a hot peel, so we can go ahead and remove this carrier. And whenever I'm removing this carrier, you can see it's just leaving a nice glossy finish on there. This is essentially working as a glue or double-sided adhesive, if you will, so that it's curing to the shirt, and then we can cure the foil on top of it. I have my foil sheet already trimmed up so that we can lay it right over top of our adhesive design here. And we're going to be achieving a nice tone-on-tone effect by using our royal blue foil. And we're going to do a solid finish with this as well. And this is like your standard foil application. So if you're looking for just a solid, high shine mirror-like finish, this is the easiest way to do it. We're going to cover with a cover sheet, and we're going to increase our pressure. All right, so this is going to apply a nice firm pressure, and that's going to get a full 10 seconds. So we're still staying at that 300 degrees. We're just increasing our time an additional 5 seconds from the adhesive. And this part is going to be a cold peel. So I'm going to slowly remove that cover sheet and also remove this from that bottom platen so that we can get it away from the heat, so that it's nice and cooled down. Then we'll come back and peel that foil away. Once this is completely cool to the touch, I can go ahead and remove my foil sheet. And as I peel this away, you'll notice that the foil is being removed from its carrier and it's sticking right onto that adhesive. And we're left with a really nice high shine foil-like finish in a tone-on-tone effect, which is very popular for these metallic designs. Another trick with foil that you can do if you're not a huge fan of the high mirror-like finish is making this low luster. So all we have to do is load this same shirt back on, cover it with a cover sheet, and we're just going to press it for an additional 3 to 5 seconds. And whenever I remove my cover sheet, you'll notice that it has taken on a completely different sheen and effect, making it less mirror-like and more of just a shiny finish. There are a lot of other unique finishes that you can get with foil, such as distressing. So that's the example I'm going to show you now. And I'm loading on my hooded tank sweatshirt here, which has a thick pocket at the a thick seam at the pocket below, and then a thick seam at the collar as well. So we're using the 11 by 15 to isolate our print area. I'm going to preheat and also test my pressure, because for the adhesive we do need to be at a nice light pressure. And we're going to repeat that same step for the CAD-CUT adhesive, which once again is 300 degrees for 5 seconds using a light pressure. Whenever I'm peeling this away, I'm making sure not to go too fast because this is such a thin material. I don't want to accidentally distort it as I'm peeling away that carrier and mess up the overall look of my design. For distressing with foil, it's actually very simple. All you have to do is crumple this up. This is going to create a bunch of void areas in the foil, and it's going to transfer the pattern we just created in the foil over to the adhesive. Always remember to use a cover sheet when you're working with foil, because it will help as the clam is lifting up once it's done heat applying from causing anything to accidentally suction and lift too soon. It is a cold peel, so we'll wait for this to cool. I'm just going to back this away from the platen so that it's not up against that heat, and let it cool before we peel that back. As we remove our foil sheet, you'll be able to see the distressed effect take place onto our adhesive. So one popular way with the distressed foil is doing it single color. Whenever you are working with adhesive, you want to make sure you're not leaving any open void areas. So if you want to do a single color distressed effect, just make sure you're always going in with another solid sheet. For this example, I am going to do it with a two color effect, and I'm going to keep the red completely solid. I'm not going to distress that or create any void areas for that. And what this is going to do is sink down into those open areas of adhesive that are still exposed and cure to those spots. This is going to create a really cool two-color distressed effect. And once again, we're going to wait for this to cool before we peel back the foil sheet. Now that it's completely cool, as we remove this, you will see that the red has adhered to all of those open void areas that was originally in the adhesive from distressing our navy blue foil. And now we have a really unique distressed or marbled effect within the foil. In addition to those two ways, another popular style of working with foil is color blocking or striping. To achieve this effect, all you have to do is cut up your foil in two different colors. I've chosen our iridescent shatter foil style and coral. And all I'm doing is just placing these sporadically across the design, leaving some exposed areas of the adhesive. And then I'm going to cover the exposed areas with my second color. Now we're just going to repeat those same steps for our foil application. And as we peel this away, you can see that the colors only stuck to the specific pieces in which were exposed, creating a really cool striped pattern and color block effect. And lastly, foil pairs perfectly with other CAD-CUT products, especially bling products such as Glitter Flake. So we're going to be doing a mixed media design with glitter and foil. So I'm going to remove my adhesive layer so that my glitter flake is in place for where it needs to be whenever it's all pieced together. And I'm just going to tack this for 3 to 5 seconds at 300 degrees. And this is a hot peel, so I can go ahead and remove this carrier. And now we can go ahead and place in the adhesive. Remember, you cannot layer on glitter, so just make sure that if you are pairing these two medias together, the adhesive is not over top of our glitter flake. We are going to dial back our pressure a bit and apply the adhesive for 5 seconds. After that 5 seconds is up, we're going to slowly remove the adhesive, just making sure not to distort it. And we're going to complete our design by covering with foil and curing for its recommended time and temperature and pressure. As we pull this back, you'll notice that the foil only stuck to the adhesive. We don't have to worry about it transferring onto the glitter flake at all. And we have a really awesome full bling effect by pairing foil and glitter flake together. The last application I want to show is another mixed media design using CAD-CUT Flock 2 and pairing with adhesive and foil. Flock 2 applies at 330 degrees for 15 to 20 seconds. So we have our heat press set to those settings. Anytime you are doing a mixed media, you always want to use the highest temperature of the product that you're mixing. Flock 2 is a cool peel, so we'll wait for that to cool down before we remove the carrier. As I remove the carrier, you'll notice that there is a texture to this product. Flock is known for its suede and velvety-like feel and the dimension that it offers on apparel. Now we're going to drop in that adhesive. Dial back our pressure and apply for 5 seconds. It does not hurt the adhesive at all to apply it at that higher temperature, so don't worry about dialing that back when you're using it for mixed media designs. And of course, our last step is to cover with our foil sheet. Increase our pressure. And give it the final 10 seconds it needs to cure. You can see how cool the foil pairs with the flock too, to give it subtle metallic elements that brings out a really unique retail style. Make your garments shine with CAD-CUT adhesive and foil. To get started, visit Stahls.com.
Want the best how-to advice for decorating apparel? The Stahls TV YouTube channel is on air 24/7. All you need to do is subscribe and click the notification bell to get more videos like this.